Now we're moving on to the segment that we call
The news.
Table Talk, where we pull out topics and talk about them for your amusement.
And our wieners.
And our wieners. But we don't do that for your amusement, we do it for ours.
Yes.
Gentlemen, I've given you the topics.
Yeah.
You've seen them. You've had time to look over them. You probably haven't looked at them.
No, I looked at them last night and then I got drunk. Because I was nervous.
You did text me.
I send these to you, I think, days in advance.
Yeah, I got it. I looked at it. No, I got it. I looked at it. I got a few ideas. Then I got the same ideas when Carrick showed me, and then I got really drunk.
What did you drink anyway?
That good shit.
Fireball.
That good shit.
Like good shit. TM.
Hey, yeah, that's gonna be the name of our alcohol: gin and chronic and that good shit. Coming to your local, I don't know.
Gentlemen, I'm going to start with topic 1, which is video game delays.
Uncharted 4.
Yes, that is an
Uncharted
example.
4.
That
Uncharted 4. Naughty Dog.
How do you guys feel about game delays?
They're bittersweet. I understand it. They're taking the time to make the game better. And I appreciate the hell out of it. But take the time to make your game. Just don't announce it if it's not ready. You know.
Yeah,
Don't announce it if you're still working on it. Don't give it a release date that you have to rush towards and push back. Just make the game and then announce it. Do it like a movie.
I genuinely thought, and this is why, I think is another announcement or no?
I don't think so.
No. We talked about it. Video game announcements where Bethesda's just king at that, where they're like, we're gonna finish the game and then tell you about it.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. And I don't mind when other companies reveal it earlier. But like I'll get you to the Batman Arkham Knight scenario. That game was announced in January. I think got a Game Informer article that April and was supposed to come out that October. So that's a 9-month wait. Like, I can live with that. Especially the way the game looked. And then I think somewhere around that summer they said, this game's not coming out in October. I'm like, okay, when's it coming out? Thought it was February. They said, no, it's coming out in not June. It's coming out in May of next year. And then they pushed it back to June. And it was so frustrating because it was like, you knew from the start if this game was getting pushed back 8 months, it wasn't going to be finished. So why did you announce it?
That's what I'm saying.
Why? Not even announce it. Not even that. Why did you give it a release date if you didn't think that it was possible?
Thing. Like, they give you such... It's not like it's coming out in the summer. Like, again, the Jason Bourne movie coming to a theater near you.
Yeah.
in the summer. Like, they're just saying summer. And I'm pretty sure that movie is complete almost.
I'm sure if they have a trailer, it's somewhat finished.
Yeah. They're saying summer. Video games have the gall to give themselves 9 months and pick an exact date on the calendar that they're probably not going to meet because they're going to push it back another 8 months.
Yeah,
Again, like Arkham Knight.
I thought, and I think every big game has done this. Like BioShock got pushed back.
The Last of Us.
Last of Us was only a couple weeks, wasn't it?
Yeah, but even still.
Yeah, still.
The pushback that hurt me.
Grand Theft Auto got pushed back. The Witcher got pushed back. Grand Theft Auto was only a couple months.
No, well, it was supposed to come out in spring, and then it ended up coming out in September.
Yeah.
How early in spring was it supposed to come out?
It just said spring.
Oh,
so
okay.
that could technically mean...
That could have been March.
Yes, it could have been March.
Okay, so, yeah, but...
So, like, 6 months is what I'm getting at.
Before in the older consoles, 360, PS3, I could see that because obviously they probably have ambitions for the game that they have to dial back. And obviously they weren't capable of the computing power that they have now. But I read an article about the new consoles where it's like, with the new engines and stuff everyone's using, apparently game development's supposed to be like 80% or whatever, some arbitrary number easier. And it seems like games are still getting delayed. And I don't mind it getting delayed. All these games that have come out have been nothing less than great.
Yeah, it's bittersweet.
But it's like, you could just not say about the game, I won't die if you don't talk about your game. Neither will you.
I will not. I will die, however, if your release date is coming up and then you push it back another month.
Yeah, that's annoying.
And then it's like if I'm running a race and I can see the finish line and then I see 2 people pick up the finish line and start running away from me. And I go, hang on, wait, I'm not there yet.
We'll see
You said it was here.
The frustrating thing it is for me is how many times has Uncharted got pushed back now?
This is now the second or third time.
It was definitely its third.
It was supposed to come out, last I heard, late March, and then it got pushed back to like late April. And then mid-May.
And before that, this was supposed to come out holiday of 20...
Oh, yeah, it was supposed to come out
15.
the holiday. Never mind, yeah.
So I think 4, I guess.
Yeah.
I
I've been anticipating this game
now,
for months.
That one I will justify, because after that, they didn't give a release date. That was because Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley were taking the rails from Amy Hennig, and they basically changed the entire game. That was justifiable. But then everyone after that is like, we're doing this. No, we're not. We need more time.
Also, I think, because they stress tested the online beta, and there were a number of problems during the stress test. So that might be another reason. Like, when I was playing the beta, I went, oh no, this might get pushed back, because the stress test had a few problems.
Yeah.
Right.
So they need
Like,
to make it gooder.
Yeah, there was a part where me
Betterer.
and him were playing, and we could not level up for a bit, and then he looked it up, and it was actually something that a lot of people were having problems with. Like, you couldn't level up, you didn't get any relics, any Uncharted coins, or whatever they were.
Yeah.
Johnny
money.
tokens. I don't remember what they were called.
Yeah. Let me say this. I do appreciate it when a game I would rather have a game push it back than release it and then try to patch it throughout.
Yeah,
the release.
like Assassin's Creed Unity.
Yeah, they said they went this game isn't anywhere near complete. And they went, no, release it.
Yeah,
we'll patch it as we go.
That game could have waited so long. It
Yeah,
would have
like,
been so
I'm
much
saying
better.
it's bittersweet, but it doesn't need to be at all. Like, I would rather Uncharted 4 just keep getting pushed back till it comes out and it is just absolutely out of this world phenomenal.
Yeah, but
Instead of being released when it was supposed to come out and be Assassin's Creed Unity.
Right.
But at
But
the
like,
same time,
at the same time, just when it's finished, tell me about it.
Yeah, like, because
Stud.
let me say this, there are some games when they're released, like, the story, like, or whatever, the single player works fine, and then you try to go in the multiplayer, and, like, so many people are trying to play at once, so the servers aren't working correctly, like,
Right.
the first week of its release, you can't connect online.
you should,
Like
they
Halo,
should know
I
that
think
that's
had
that's-
that problem.
Yeah,
That's why I've always thought that...
but wait,
oh,
but what I was getting at is, like, if you, like, I think that's, like, what Tyler said with the stress test, I think, like, Naughty Dog's pushing that back,
Mhm.
because they want you to be able to play it on release, because, like, otherwise, it is what I expect when I try to play a game the first week of release, and the servers are so crowded. Aside from Call of Duty, because that's, like, the most anticipated multiplayer game of the year.
Pretty much.
So their whole game is just one big server.
Right.
But, like, for, like, a game where the multiplayer isn't really that big of a factor, like Uncharted, I would be okay if it was like, oh, there's only a week. I was like, oh, the multiplayer's not working right now, but at the same time, I appreciate it when it works on release.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the extra mile that they go through.
Yeah.
My
well,
thing though is, and Grand Theft Auto did this, and I don't know why other people don't do this. Well, they did it to an extent, but I think they didn't. I don't know if they tested their multiplayer or not, but they first released their single player game and then waited 2 weeks and then released their multiplayer part.
Yeah, I think.
I'm like, why don't people just do that? Because no one's buying Uncharted to play as multiplayer. I can assure you.
the multiplayer is good, but yeah, I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. I'm more interested in the story.
Like, you'd probably be willing to wait, even if like you didn't have to pay for the extra. But like, you'd probably be willing to wait 2 weeks because
I would happily.
you're getting
wait
Uncharted
2
for the
weeks.
story.
Yeah, I'm getting Uncharted to play through that incredible story and just
Yeah.
enjoy all the set pieces that are going to happen.
Like,
That this
right.
new hardware can handle. It's going to be awesome.
That game
But
looks freaking pretty.
They released the beta. If you had the Uncharted collection, you got early access to the multiplayer beta. That later was a stress test that came out a few months later,
Mm-hmm.
like a month or so later. So like I didn't know the stress test was happening. He texted me and told me that the beta was out again, and I didn't know why they were doing that. And then it didn't work. And then I thought, well, I mean, I guess the leveling up, everything else worked fine. It's a flawless beta.
it was
really
still
is.
fun.
It's fun as hell. I didn't even care that I wasn't leveling up. I was having a ball. I want nobody to think that I didn't enjoy my time playing that beta. I did. I didn't even care I was leveling up. But yeah, and then the stress test didn't work with the leveling up, and then I thought, oh, maybe that's why. And I don't know, they keep releasing the beta, which I guess is admirable, because they are trying to get it to work.
They could just wait for it, and I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, but if they release the beta again, I'm gonna start sweating because then that means they're testing it again. Go ahead, Eden.
For me, I'm kind of feel the same way as you guys do. Very bittersweet. A lot of times I've noticed with some games when they do push it back, they change something drastic.
Like Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
Oh God!
Where they
When you're done, I'm gonna talk
where
about
they
that.
where they show a game and then they push it back because they need to make a new game with the same title.
Yeah.
But a certain game that I'm really looking forward to this year, Deus Ex Human,
We were talking about this last
Mankind
night.
Divided. That got pushed back, I think, like 5 months.
I think more than that, like 8. Back when they released
Mirror's Edge got pushed back too.
Yeah,
Carrick's not here to get grumpy about it, but I'll try.
I'll get grumpy for him.
All right.
That is
Someone
understandable.
needs
But
to. He's not here.
I understand why both those games got pushed back. I'll tell you about it.
but like Deus Ex, Deus Ex Human Revolution is one of my favorite games of all time. And when I heard, I honestly didn't think it was getting a sequel because I didn't know how well it had performed.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved it, and when I heard, oh man, Mankind Divided, and the trailer for it looked stupid good. And I went into GameStop the other day. I was like, looking at like the title on the shelf, and I'm like, oh man, I can't wait for that to come out in like a month. And the guy was like, oh yeah, you didn't get here, it get pushed back until like July, and I was like, what?
Ouch. Yeah, the problem with that, and this kind of makes me upset. They got pushed back because that Far Cry and Mirror's Edge were all coming out on the same day.
Yeah.
And I guess Mirror's Edge and Deus Ex were like, we can't compete with Far Cry. I think they could have.
Yeah, but
They really could have, because
that-
Primal actually did set pretty good records for Ubisoft for the month of February at least. They did. I think they were like the best-selling game in the month of February.
Well,
There weren't really a whole lot of games coming out in February, though.
But like, I think in terms of sales overall, I think it did fairly well.
yeah,
from what I
Mirror's
heard.
Edge got pushed back because
Surprisingly well.
that game has to do well if they're going to make another one. So they're like, let's move it to May, which is why I'm hoping Uncharted doesn't get pushed back any further, so Mirror's Edge has time to breathe and be a good game like it deserves to be.
I hope Uncharted gets pushed back 3 years, so it just blows my pants off.
Yeah,
So I'll melt after I play it.
I'll play it in my retirement home, and I'll go, wow, this was good. And then I'll die. I'll stay alive till that game comes out.
I just think Deus Ex probably wasn't as done as they needed that game to be. Like, they probably got to, like, the boss battles and went, oh, man, we need to really overhaul this.
Yeah, they need to make it so much more harder.
Yeah, maybe they went, hey, this is a really pretty trailer. Now we need to make a game around it.
So they don't have the game finished yet?
It's just...
No, we got a trailer.
It's August 23rd. August 23rd.
That's so damn late. That's an excellent spot, though, because I think Until
it's
Dawn...
2 days after my birthday, so Bethesda and Eidos Montreal is going to go, happy birthday. And I'm like, oh boy.
But yeah, the summer is normally a slow time for video games.
The best time in the summer to release them is, like, toward the end or toward the beginning. Because Until Dawn came out late August, and like that did very well because nothing was in its way to stop it.
Yeah, see,
that was a good game.
Yeah, you release a game in like summer, you're probably gonna do really well sales wise because they don't have a lot of games. It's all like fall into winter.
Yeah,
is when a lot of games come out. It's like Call of
Yeah,
Duty.
but those games do killer though.
Yeah, but like
That's
the bigger
Christmas.
titles do.
Yeah.
But like lesser known titles just get
Oh,
buried.
Oh yeah, the
Well,
summer is the
that's
best time for them. That's
Yeah.
what Xbox used to do. With
Again, like
Summer
Until
of
Dawn.
Arcade.
Like
Yeah.
Until Dawn, if it came out around like November with Call of Duty and all that coming out, it would have just gotten buried.
That's why Mirror's Edge didn't do as well when it came out because that came out with
would have just been buried under Warrior Beefcake.
that came out on with Left 4 Dead 1 and Gears of War 2.
But
So I don't think Mirror's Edge was going to survive that, but I'm glad they're getting a second chance.
To be fair, summer is a really good time because it's not, you don't see it as much anymore, but target audiences for video games were always kids.
Yes.
Now, mostly. More before it was kids, but now as the golden age, we grew up playing video games, and now we're into our 20s, and we're still playing.
I'm 30, right?
Rob's
Rob?
actually 30, everybody. They're definitely trying to target more people overall now.
Right.
And
Just
summer was always a good time because kids were out of school. People had more time on their hands. They were playing video games. People had more time to indulge in video games. So,
Relish.
you could hang out with your friends during summer vacation and be like, hey, look at this awesome game I got.
Yeah, but then you
Hey, you have free time. You're not in school. College kids.
Yeah,
It's the perfect time.
Right.
Damn it.
And I think that's why video game sales are so good in the summer.
I think it's better for new IPs.
No, summer is best for
More
small
particular.
games. I wouldn't say big games because the reason why no one releases big games in the summer is because everyone's outside.
Like, for example, The Last of Us came out in early summer. I remember because that came out shortly after I graduated high school.
And then you didn't
the
leave.
second thing I did, immediately from graduation, I got The Last of Us, and then I beat it. It was my first thing I did as an adult.
And then you
Yeah,
played
but-
The Last of Us.
But that's why you got to hit. That's why you have to hit early summer or late summer. Because early summer you're just leaving school. Late summer you're just going back. But like in the middle, no one's in the house playing games. At least most people aren't.
I am. I haven't moved since 2014.
But Final Fantasy 15
Yeah.
is
we already talked about that. Yeah.
you brought it up where it's like that game I think had every intention of coming out, but because the way who's ahead of Kingdom Hearts?
Your mom.
You know his name. He makes Kingdom Hearts guy leads it. Tetsuya Nomura.
I was gonna say that.
Yes.
Kingdom Hearts, man.
Yeah, he
Mr. Kingdom Hearts.
because everyone in Japan takes even more time than the people of Naughty Dog to make their games, and he just likes to work himself. He decided that he was going to make 13 instead of 13 verses or whatever. But that's an example of another game that has changed since I played the demo, and it's like, why?
Let me tell you a little something about a pushback if we're looking to talk about frustration. The Last Guardian.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to that game for almost half of my entire life.
In that game's defense, it was revealed, I think 2009, was it?
It was
The team on that is very, very small, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, see, here's the thing.
Like,
they're spending too much time focusing on the animation. They're making every blade of grass and every feather on that goddamn creature move, like, completely independent from the other, so it looks all realistic and beautiful. It's going to be gorgeous when I play it. But,
I'm
like,
sure,
I don't know
but,
if I'm ever going to.
That if they announce a release date, they're probably going to have to release it, because otherwise people are going to get really mad.
Yeah,
Kind of like Fallout.
yeah, they did
Yeah.
come out and say 2016. I
they-
think
they-
said holiday, but I don't remember.
No, just 2016.
Was it just 2016?
Yeah, I think what's going to happen is that's going to be at E3 again this year, and then they're going to say it's coming a holiday, whatever.
I need them to do that.
or it'll come
Well,
out.
but here's the thing: if The Last Guardian and Pokemon come out in the holiday season, I'm gonna lose it. Going to lose it. And NX, because that's also I think supposed to come out holiday season.
I'm telling you to temper your not your emotions, temper your excitement on that.
NX, Pokemon, and The Last Guardian all coming out at the same time. I'll be a poor son of a bitch come holiday season. Expect no gifts from me, ladies and gentlemen.
Tyler are treating himself.
Unless Calypso wants to start sponsoring us.
Please.
Taste of the Islands.
We want to taste your island.
Taste of the
Calypso.
Islands. Ocean Blue Lemonade is
All right.
really, really good.
Moving on to the next topic.
Real
Topic
lemonade.
number 2. Studio closures.
Oh, yeah.
Robert Lou.
In light, I figured I'd bring.
Two you put in parentheses next to it when you texted me were the ones that I immediately thought of.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm gonna jump on those first.
I thought-
in light of Lionhead Studios closing down, they made the esteemed Fable, or at least Fable 1. Fable 2 was good. Fable 3, garbage. And then Fable on the Rails was
Yeah, on
the
rails.
worst garbage. Fable Legends probably could have been a good game, but we'll never know now.
Well, yeah.
There have been studios that have closed over time. I think I'd like to take this time to remember the studios.
I
that
have
was
3
were.
in mind.
I have
You,
one.
go ahead.
Actually, I have 2, but I can't remember the name of the first one. Kingdoms of Amalur.
I think that was
38. 38 studio, yeah,
Yeah.
because they made it.
Yeah.
EA published it.
Yeah, didn't they go
they,
bankrupt?
they closed down. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard the state of Virginia legally owns the title Kingdoms of Amalur.
State of Virginia?
Yeah,
That's
because
wild.
I think when they made the game, whatever company made that game, they took a loan out from the state of Virginia. Then that game did so bad, which we were talking about how like games get shadowed by other games.
Yes.
Yeah,
Skyrim,
Skyrim.
Skyrim came out around the same time as Kingdoms of Amalur, and nobody cared that Kingdoms of Amalur was coming out because of Skyrim.
Right.
So it did awful, even though it's a fantastic game.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion at least, and they couldn't pay back their loan to the state of Virginia, so that game legally owns, or that state legally owns Kingdoms of Amalur.
Kingdoms of Amalur was so good. Though.
I think the problem with what happened with that is when you make your first game, I don't think I think that game the combat was good. I think the RPG element was fine. I appreciated it. I didn't think it was a bad game at all. It just wasn't my cup of tea.
Music is really
I
good.
think
But
it was
I
a little
think-
too in depth for people.
I think it was something that I don't think it was that. I think that they bit off more than they could chew when they first start off. It's like the studio's first opening. You don't start off with a big dog type game. You got to start little and you got to work your way up.
a little bit.
Not saying that they weren't capable of making a big dog game, not at all. But I'm
They
saying
did
like
to perfection.
as a new studio, they definitely should have.
What they should have
tempered
did,
themselves.
going back to our topic from before, the conversation we just had, that should have been a summer release.
Yeah, that would have been
Yeah,
really well.
Because Skyrim came out in November, and then they decided to be a big dog and come out in February, just a few months afterwards. And
Oh, yeah.
people still play Skyrim now.
Yeah.
Like, that's how good
Oh
that
god,
game
Skyrim
did.
took the goddamn world by storm.
Yeah, Skyrim, like, again, people still play that now. That came out years and years ago.
Almost 5.
Yeah,
5
and, like,
this
people
November.
still play that game. And, like, 3 months wasn't enough for people to get up to the hype of Skyrim and be willing to jump into a new RPG that quickly.
I have one more company before I jump into
But yeah, 38.
Are
They
we
they
still
definitely could have.
recording?
I think the only
Their
reason they couldn't
marketing
push
was
back,
off terribly.
they couldn't push. Yeah, we're still recording. They couldn't push it back because obviously they were probably out of funding.
Yeah, they I guess it was just poor timing, and I don't know.
I think they opened up a lemonade stand. They were trying like selling it with the lemonade.
It was poor.
Take our game, please.
That game was so good though. I loved that game. I
Yeah.
don't like Skyrim, but I do love Kingdoms of Amalur. I did get swept up in the hype of Skyrim though.
Never
We all
soft.
did. Yes,
Yeah.
they were soft.
Because look what Tony Hawk has become, and let's take a trip down memory lane of what it could have been. Like imagine like old Tony Hawk with like today's graphics and like
I don't
And,
even
like,
care about just what this system is capable of. The
Yeah.
amount of craziness.
and the music that they pick. It just fits the mood for each like for when you're skating around. Like
all the people you could unlock.
yeah.
This Tony
yeah.
Hawk Pro Skater 5 was more like a $5-10 arcade game.
Yeah, Activision can eat me
Yeah.
for letting that.
They ruined Rob Stant's
like, that's
childhood.
That's low for even them because they went oh crap, we're losing the license for Tony Hawk. Quick, Rob Stant will buy it. We gotta make something out of this. And then I saw Tony Hawk and I went, oh cool, Tony Hawk, and like spun the blade on my propeller hat and then licked my lollipop and went and bought Tony Hawk. And then I went home and I went,
game
this
was
isn't the
garbage.
game I remember playing. Why? What is this game?
You fell for what I like to call a scheme.
Yeah.
Stant.
Activision's very good at pumping out garbage license titles. You should have realized that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry you didn't. That you got swept up in emotion.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure like the cover, like on the front with Tony Hawk on it, was photoshopped because I don't think Tony Hawk can skateboard anymore. Like I think he'll break his hip.
Yeah, he very well might. They could have gotten his son, but I don't think they.
I remember
anything
Tyler
the same.
called me and he said, "Hey, you want to go over to Rob's and play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5? He just got it." And I went, "Oh, sure." Then we walked in and you were like, "This game's terrible."
Yeah, it was yeah, like
Yeah, there was a look of
Jay was
defeat on
gone.
your face I hadn't seen in years.
yeah. I went, hey guys, let's play Tony Hawk.
Well, two that came to mind were the ones you put in parentheses, Midway and THQ.
Yes,
Which
THQ
both-
specifically.
They hit me hard. They hit me real hard
Hey.
because Darksiders and the old wrestling games that I remember will never be.
The problem with that though is that the new wrestling games are still really good.
I haven't played them, so I don't have an opinion. I've been meaning to.
They
I really have. The problem, I haven't watched wrestling in several years. I'm very out of the loop.
Yeah,
neither have I,
don't-
but
won't see
I
any
can't go
wrestlers.
back. It's been far too ruined for me. I can't immerse myself in that illusion
It's more of a
anymore.
drama now than anything.
Yeah.
But Midway, they actually I was at work today. I saw they have a Lego Dimension pack for Midway specifically.
Oh,
A
That's
Mid-
awesome.
a Midway arcade Lego Dimension pack. It comes with like some Lego character and then like an actual little mini arcade made out of Legos, and you put it on the thing and you jump into the Midway world as a
Mhm.
Lego.
Oh man.
Yeah.
The thing about
Like
these two
Rampage
companies
and
though
all kinds of chaos that
Yeah.
could ensue.
is that
Oh,
I think we're getting another
jeez.
Darksiders game at some point. I have no idea.
I know they've remade 2 for the new consoles.
Yeah, they did.
But
The problem with that is that I feel like these games, not that they were bad when they had them by any stretch of the imagination, but like Midway, they lost Mortal Kombat and the Gauntlet series to my best of my knowledge, and the Gauntlet series probably suffered from it. But like Mortal Kombat's really really good and has been since
Mortal
release
Kombat
close.
is very, very good. And I don't know, I haven't liked a Gauntlet game since Dark Legacy for the PS2.
Have you played the new Gauntlet?
I played Seven Sorrows and the newest one that is free for PlayStation like last month or this month, I don't
I
remember.
guess you weren't jiving with it too.
I was in fact not jiving. Even for free, I don't like that game. And Seven Sorrows was alright. It wasn't great. But I will say in the new Gauntlet that's free, they did say I needed food badly, and my eyes, I was so happy to hear that. Even though that means that you're dying, I was so happy to hear
You've never
that.
been happier to be dying.
Yeah,
in
they,
your
they
life.
said I needed food badly, and I went, "You're damn right, I do," and I was dying. But it was awesome to hear that. But other than that, I didn't really like it. Dark Legacy will forever be probably one of my favorite games ever, and is certainly my favorite Gauntlet game. The old arcade ones were fun, but they're tough as hell.
Did you have any other companies?
Just Midway and THQ 38 Studios.
What about you, Aiden?
Black Box and Big.
Because
Because EA shut those down. That's the dumbest decision ever.
Oh my god, man.
Also, Midway was probably the worst decision. I could have ever
God,
made.
if like I would give
And-
anything for an NFL Street 4, NBA Street.
This is my problem with
Just
that. Like
release it.
they,
Please.
this is the conflict I run into because EA Big. I'm sure they could like bring Big back, and I'm sure they can bring Black Box back. But like, if people want this skate game as badly as they do, who are they going to get to make it?
I don't know, man.
If I'm understanding is correct, Black Box closed right after Skate 3 launched. And I don't think EA Big has been a thing since
It's been
2008.
a while. Yeah.
Like those are two developers they should have kept, and they didn't, and it was dumb.
Oh my god.
EA.
Yeah.
If any of you from EA are listening, that was a dumb decision.
Please.
Bring them back.
I need Skate and I need NFL Street 4. I physically need it in my body.
I need NFL Street. I need NBA Street, and
NBA,
I need Def Jam. I need a good Def Jam though. DefJam.com wasn't good. Fight for New York and the original were good.
Oh man.
Yeah, that Def Jam was a good fighting game.
Like, that was such a cool concept too. It was like Kingdom Hearts, but for rappers, pretty much.
Yeah, you could fight as Exhibit, and like you could like buy him a custom gold chain, and oh man, you spend all your money you earned through that game on a platinum chain, and it would shine as you fought people. It was so cool.
It did. Oh man, EA.
The story was neat. Like you could like, oh man, you could like get bitches.
Oh, you had to go fight Snoop Dogg in a burning building.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that boss fight.
Yeah. Wasn't he like the final boss or something?
He was the final. I think you were trying to find him, and then he ended up confronting you and was planning on killing you.
Yeah.
I don't think he did though.
Now I need to go buy that game.
Yes, you do.
I forgot that you fight Snoop Dogg in a burning building.
And like he's not just like regular Snoop Dogg. He's got like the pimp attire and everything.
Doesn't he have like a red cape or something?
He's something along those lines.
Yeah.
He's
just really He's
just really cool in the second game.
And, like he's got his own custom like I think he obviously did his own voice and stuff. So you're listening to Snoop
I think
Dogg
did all the rappers do their voices?
I'm
If I can remember.
Yeah.
Another one where rappers did their own 50 Cent Bulletproof.
Yeah, that's
If I'm not mistaken, a lot of rappers voice characters in that game.
I would like that game to come
Like
back.
if they
I don't think
weren't
it's going
playing
to, though.
themselves, they were voicing characters in the game. I think Eminem voiced like a detective in that game. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
he played. I don't think he played himself, but like they
he
were
was
all
just
based
some
off their
detective.
likenesses.
Yeah.
Name is Eminem, your girl gave me Eminem.
Or something.
Don't-
Hey, you want
Any
to
other
just put or something at the end of all of our lyrics?
Trying
That'd
to
be
think
sure
of-
exactly what we're talking about.
I can't forget. LucasArts. They closed down right when Star Wars 1313 was supposed to, or got revealed, not was supposed to come out. That never. I'm convinced that Amy Hennig's new game is the revival of that game, but like I'll never sit on how beautiful that game was.
Yeah,
like,
that game is still like looking back on it was stunning. That came out
Like-
E3. I think when G4 was still a thing.
Yes, they were. Like
That was released on G4's E3 when they covered it.
in perspective, that game, the way it looks when you played it, looks like what Uncharted 4... Like, it could rival Uncharted 4 the way it looks right now. And that game was supposed to come out at the beginning of this console generation.
It was bananas.
Yeah,
How good that thing looked.
LucasArts may have only made Star Wars games, but like, goddamn if this wasn't going to be a good one.
It looked like I've never seen a Star Wars movie. I don't necessarily care about the universe.
That's fine.
I wanted to get that game so badly.
Yes. Oh, jeez, that was back in 2012, I think, too.
That was a while ago.
I'm still in high hopes that that's the Nolan North Amy Hennig game, and like the highest of hopes. I think Visceral's the developer too, so they could pull it off.
Any other studios?
I think that's it for me.
I'm done.
Trying to make sure that I
think I only
have all the
Maybe we
ones
should take
that-
a trip to GameStop after this.
For what?
We should just buy an old game and play it and have fun. Because I was just thinking about Condemned.
Condemned is backwards compatible on Xbox One.
Oh my.
Holy
I've been
fucking
meaning
Christ!
I've been meaning to just go to GameStop and pick a game off a shelf. I can't remember the last time I did that.
I have a PS3 and I've been meaning to just indulge in it.
All right. Anyone else have any? Speak now for hold your peace. All right. Moving on to topic 3. Games we should be excited for but aren't.
Hitman.
Yeah, I'm not too excited about that.
Hitman is out right now, I think.
And, no, it's out tomorrow.
Tomorrow? I thought it was out
On
already.
a Tuesday. No, Tuesday's release day, buddy.
It is only Monday. You're right.
It's only
You
Monday.
right.
And Hitman comes out tomorrow, and I'm not excited.
And now, of course, understand. I think you read it. Like, it's a game you want to play, obviously.
Yeah, like it's like when you say Hitman, I think, oh, cool. I've watched the movies; they're awesome. To my credit, or I mean, I guess to be fair, I should say, the earliest Hitman I've played was Blood Money, which in my opinion,
I think that's the one everyone likes the most.
that like I've been told don't even bother if that's the first one you play, don't go back and play the other ones because that's probably that's to me, in my opinion today, still my favorite Hitman game.
Mm-hmm.
I played Blood Money on PS2, loved that. Then Absolution came out, and I was super excited for that because there hasn't been a Hitman since Blood Money.
When did Blood Money come out?
A while ago. I remember I had that game on PS2.
So I know Absolution was 2011 or 2012.
One of those two.
12, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, there was Hitman, Blood Money, then Absolution, and they released like a sniper challenge if you pre-ordered it, which is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Hitman Go, which is like a mobile phone game that they actually
Heard that actually wasn't too bad.
Yeah, they ported it over to PS4 and PC now. You can get it on that. It's like a strategy game. It's like turn-based. It's actually kind of cool. But yeah, the new Hitman, like I downloaded the beta, and like I definitely I don't ever let like a beta speak for a game.
Sure.
But it just made me like.
You did with Destiny.
Well, yeah, I let Destiny speak for it. But Destiny did a good job representing itself in the beta. But that's a whole different story in itself.
I was going to jump on that. I don't think that it did.
Really?
Because I love the beta. I hated the game, and I got mad.
The beta and the game are the same exact thing.
I hate...
Tit for tat, they are.
Here's the thing. I think the beta... Like, I like Destiny in a small chunk. Maybe that's it. I liked Destiny as a beta.
I did
not like Destiny as a full game release.
I've never seen Tyler throw his controller until I saw him play Destiny.
I might have been mad that I spent $90 on that game. On essentially a beta that I liked.
Continue, Robert. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I'm not, like, I haven't even looked that much into Hitman. I just know that, Absolution, it wasn't a bad game. It was good. It was alright. Like, I beat Absolution. It was definitely worth playing. The story was pretty good. The missions were fun. I liked the assassinations. Just something about the new Hitman. I'm just like, eh. Like, I'm just gonna wait for reviews to come out, see what other people have to say, and then maybe buy it for that.
That's fair.
I have...
It might be because Absolution just left that taste in your mouth. Not that it was bad, but, like, it didn't leave you hankering for...
It made me, like scratch my head every time they said the word Hitman.
Ah, alright.
Yeah.
Hitman?
I have 2 games that came to mind, but they're already out, like, as of
You can
recently.
Go ahead.
Far Cry Primal and The Division were 2 games that I looked at, and I was like, these look really cool. And then I never actually got excited about them, though.
Yeah, I think my exact reaction to when Far Cry Primal came, I was like, Ubisoft said Far Cry Primal. I went, ooh. They said February 23rd. And I went, ooh. And they said $60. And I went, ugh.
Yeah, I was hoping it would be like Blood Dragon, and it would be like a download.
Blood Dragon was awesome.
I thought it was going to be like a downloadable by itself DLC type deal. And then I would have bought it.
Yeah,
it
would be justifiable then.
Yeah, I was not buying that as a full retail release. And then The Division, I looked into it, but like as the years went on, because it got announced a bit ago.
I got announced in 2013.
Yeah, that was a while ago. So like over time, it ran out of steam for me, and I stopped caring about it.
Yeah. Also, it's oh my god, like the it looks so much better when they first announced that game at E3 and they showed the gameplay. Yeah. That makes me so mad. That's like one of my biggest like pet peeves in the gaming world.
I think it's just Ubisoft.
It's Ubisoft.
I don't know if I've seen anyone else show their pretty game and then say, "Oh, this game looks uglier than what I remember." Yeah, it does it with
Battlefield pretty often. Because I remember seeing Battlefield 3 and thinking, "Oh my god, that game looks amazing," and then I got it and it was like
that game only looks amazing on PC.
Yeah, that might have been it. I think there's a difference between like showcasing your game on like a really like the best PC you can buy, because obviously you're a multi-million-dollar company, so
yeah, they can spare the expense.
Yeah, you can display your game on like the best technology it can run. It's another thing to take that game, modify it to make it look better than it's going to look on release, like add more stuff to it just because you can show off a slither of it,
right?
And then not live up to that hype. Like, I understand, by all means, show me your game the best way that you can. Mm-hmm. Just don't add extra stuff in that's actually not going to be in there. Like,
yeah, like the way that I always thought about it is like they can just show the game how it's going to look when it releases. Like the industry has shown, like people care about graphics. There's a pocket of people that do, but like overall, people don't generally care. It's only more maddening when they show.
It's like a bonus. It's plus.
Yeah. It's only more maddening when it's like, this game looks fucking amazing, and then you come back and it's like, this game looks really, really garbage.
Yeah, like Watch Dogs was a big like, slap in the balls because
have you
that
played
game
that on PC at all?
No, I didn't.
No,
I
okay.
watched you play on your PC, but to your credit,
My PC is not meant to handle games that are
yeah.
the games of this generation. Are not meant for it.
It looked like whatever setting. I remember I was watching you play. It looked like you were doing just fine at whatever setting you were playing, but I think you were playing on like medium or low.
Yeah, it was low. Watch Dogs is a very, very demanding game.
Yeah.
But on Xbox One, I mean, it looks decent, but like it didn't look like it looked when it first got revealed in 2012.
Yeah.
2 E3 games that come to mind that didn't deliver as much: BioShock Infinite and The Last of Us. Did not. They showed me stuff at E3 that never went to the game, and I was bummed.
I'm Alive.
Yeah. I'm Alive wasn't so much an E3 letdown. That was an altogether letdown. That was an excellent trailer.
Yeah, I think we were excited.
Good ideas.
We were excited about that game since like our freshman year of high school. I think.
Yeah.
Since leaving the womb.
The game had an awesome trailer, awesome ideas. Yeah, but yeah, BioShock Infinite and The Last of Us at E3 showed me a lot of things that didn't end up.
Reeling back in the topic.
Yeah. A game that you should be excited.
But yeah, Far Cry Primal and The Division both were games I was interested in upon announcement,
and
then just kind of over time lost interest. And now I don't own either one, and I'm all right with that.
Yeah,
I'm all right if I never own them.
I feel that way, sadly, Aiden, about Deus Ex Mankind Divided. I played the original, or not the original, Human Revolution, and I want to play it, but I'm not clamoring. I'm like, it'll come and it'll pass, and I won't, like, my heart won't skip a beat.
Yeah, that's for you to say.
I'm saying it's
That's
between everybody. You're very excited for it. It's like I almost feel that way towards Mirror's Edge, almost, but I think that's just because I've been waiting for that game so long. I'm just numb to it coming out. Basically, what happened with you in Division? Like that game has been teased for 3 years.
Another one that's coming out, Quantum Break.
I can't wait.
Oh, damn.
See, I want it. Like, I'm going to get it on release. Don't get me wrong. I'm just.
Mm-hmm. You're not.
I'm not as excited. Like, if it had a pushback, I wouldn't be as sad as when Uncharted 4 got pushed back again, and I was mad. But I'm all right with it. Naughty Dog, please make the most perfect game that you can, please. Give me all of the Nolan North and all of the Troy Baker that you love to give me, please.
Yeah, they're gonna go. Hey, that mole on Nathan Drake's face is a little discolored. Push it back. Push it back.
We need 3 more months.
Here's that wrinkle doesn't look exactly the same as it should. All right, another 4 years. Damn it. But
why can't we get this right?
That's not how his face would actually look making this facial expression. We can't release this.
This garbage.
But yeah, Quantum Break, I'm going to get it on release. I'm not super excited for it to come out. I'm just waiting for it.
Well, Alan Wake was kind of underwhelming at first in the market.
Yeah, Alan Wake, I didn't buy it till it had already been out about a year or two. But boy, was that game awesome.
Yeah.
And Mafia 3 is another one.
Yeah, I meant to bring that up. Mafia 3. It's because I haven't seen enough about it yet, and I don't even think what they've shown has been that riveting.
It hasn't been.
But at the same time, we didn't play Mafia 3. Mafia 2 for the gameplay.
I did not. I played it for the unbelievably gripping narrative.
Good lord, was that
Vito Scaletta.
That was a good narrative.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome. That was a very, very good story. I loved it.
I'm assuming, also, retreading one topic, not going to get into it, but the studio that made Mafia 2, 2K Czech, actually closed down.
Yeah, so
now Hangar 13's making Mafia 3.
Yeah, which has me a little wary. I don't know if they're going to deliver story-wise as strong.
I think I need to see.
I'm still waiting.
What sold me on that game was the E3 demo I saw of it, and then the demo I played of it, and I was like, this game is pretty fun, and the story looks pretty dope. If they release another good gameplay trailer and then release pretty much that trailer but as a demo, I'll probably be on board.
I was interested because I haven't played anything for it. I've seen trailers, but I'm primarily interested in the time period and the location it takes place, and the main character. Everything, it's a combination of all of those things that I'm very, very interested in how it's going to tie into the story. And then they said Vito Scaletta was going to be there, and I went, oh boy, because my word, I love him.
I will say I'm starting. It's not like in full effect, but I'm starting to feel that way toward Kingdom Hearts. Just because it's one of those things where that game was announced 3 years ago.
Yeah, I'm on the same.
And we've got probably one more whole year until that game comes out.
I see trailers. I still get excited when I see a trailer, and I go, "Man, this is cool." But at this point, I'm just I'm like with Quantum Break. I'm just waiting for it.
It'll come, and you'll be there when it happens.
Yeah, I will be there waiting, but like I'm not rushing there now.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna live my life until it actually is on a shelf and I can buy it.
Until they say that game is going gold, I won't start clamoring over it.
Yeah, that Mafia 3 and Quantum Break are 3 games that I'm waiting for. Uncharted 4, I'm very, very excited, but the other 3, I'm just waiting for them, pretty much.
Anyone got any thoughts, feelings?
No, I've
Sun and Moon, actually.
Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Yes, I'm excited. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, I told you haven't seen enough to get you excited.
That's it. I don't
know
anything about it.
You saw some screenshots. They look dope.
Yeah, they said it's probably going to be based in Hawaii, and I think that's all speculation from like some guy on Reddit. I saw a like rig model of a bird, and then that's it. That's all that I know. Everything else is speculation. I know nothing about trucks, Hawaii. I don't know anything about it.
I'm not I said
right now. I'm not excited for
like
it
I've said
because
before.
I don't know anything, but it still is a Pokemon game, so like, I'm thrilled as hell.
You have a base level hype off the Pokemon game, but like until they start showing, when Cerebi starts showing more information about this game,
yeah, like when I start to see the starters, or like I figure out that you can like fuse Pokemon because I heard that was something people were talking about, like something with the manga and the Japanese logo. Apparently, it has like a stone that's in the manga that lets Pokemon fuse with each other. That's dope. Which is gonna make me so happy if that's possible.
Yeah, I am. I just think the hype's just going to pick up the minute that they start showing starters.
Yeah, which is probably going to be at E3 because it's coming out. It has a release date already. It's holiday this year.
So
like E3, they're going to show me something.
Nintendo is going to have the most bitching event this year.
I'm more excited for Nintendo's E3 than anybody else's E3 right now.
Yeah, I'm
so looking forward to Nintendo's E3.
That is going to be an interesting press conference. All right.
Awesome.
Last topic of the day. It would be brought to you by Calypso, but they haven't sponsored us yet.
Taste of the Islands.
Taste the Islands. Please. We want to taste the island, Calypso. Sponsor us.
I'm begging you.
Number 4. Will handhelds last?
I say yes.
I can't agree.
Yeah. I can't agree. Watching.
I only can't agree. And this might just be off a short-sighted look.
Neither does Carrick, but he's not here. God rest his soul.
Damn. I think it's because Nintendo's move to put games on mobile is very, very much an example of handhelds. I'm not saying it's going to happen in the next 10 years, but I'm saying
are essentially
handhelds. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't think handheld devices, like native ones, are going to be around. Because like games like, what's the one game? Dragon Quest 8 can be run on this phone right here, and it's like that game. Any game that comes out on Nintendo's DS or PlayStation Vita pretty much looks like that game. So it's like, I think a lot of developers, because Sony's PlayStation Vita did far more terrible than the PSP, and the 3DS is doing fine, but like in comparison to the DS is doing pretty soft.
Let me tell you what I like about the 3DS in comparison to the Vita. Collapsible screen thing, so I don't scratch my screen every time I put it in my pocket. Because with the Vita,
that's why you gotta get a case, Rob.
Huh?
That's why you gotta get a case.
What, for the Vita?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it just makes it so much bigger.
That's why I put it in my bag, not my pocket.
What's that? Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, what were you saying something?
No, I was just gonna say. I was just gonna rant a little bit about the Vita and how like I would put it in my pocket, and when I took it out, like it looked like it had been to war and back. And like when you do that with a 3DS, it doesn't happen because it collapses. But yeah, I don't know. I think 3DS.
The problem 3DS is having right now, and they're starting to build it back as of late with Fire Emblem and the new Bravely Default game. They got a weak lineup of games as of late. There hasn't been a real blockbuster hit on a handheld in a very long time. Yeah. Not since like Monster Hunter 4 or Super Smash Brothers. Which, let's be honest, you're better off playing on the Wii U.
Yes. Yes, you are.
For both of those, probably. But,
yeah, indefinitely.
Like,
any game
that's another thing. They release the game on the handheld, and then they go, here's a more gooder version.
On the Wii U.
On the Wii U.
Which also hurts the Wii U in comparison, because more people have 3DSs than people have Wii.
Yeah, I feel like they're hindering and helping themselves at the same time. Because I mean, they're not really hindering themselves at all.
They're releasing banging hits. Their hardware's
Yeah.
just suffering from it.
Yeah, they're just for whatever reason they're releasing games and then they're releasing a lesser version on the 3DS for I don't know what reason, but they're doing Fire Emblem Fates
Mm-hmm.
and Birthright I think is the other one.
Yes, it is.
And then Bravely Second's coming out. So like they're starting to get some bangers back on the handheld.
There's a third Fire Emblem too. I don't know if it's out yet, but it's happening.
Here's the thing: you get if you got the special edition, you get early access to the third game. If you bought the special edition when it came out, like November, you get early access to the third game. That I don't know has any sort of announcement yet. It's gonna happen. You get early access if you have the special edition, which I didn't get, which I wanted so bad.
It'll happen at some point. I tell you.
But yeah, Bravely Second still coming out. I don't know if they have any other super big
bangers.
Yeah, like other than Pokemon in the holiday.
Not any foreseeable ones, no.
Yeah, like they
have a Metroid, the Metroid game that no one wants to play.
Yeah, well, I mean that's not a banger. Everyone's mad at that game.
It's a Metroid game. I'm sure hardcore Metroid fans will play it.
Yeah, like there are solid games on the handheld, but like so many of them have been ported to other consoles and better. Like Resident Evil Revelations was actually a solid game on the.
Yeah, they put the sequel on consoles.
Yeah, and they put the actual game on consoles.
They did. I've played the part 1 of the sequel, and it looks pretty good. It plays like a Resident Evil game.
Keep that's another problem. They keep taking the handheld games and making a better version and just putting it on a real console. Instead, they need to just focus on handheld games specifically, like with Fire Emblem, Pokemon, Bravely Default. They need to just make games for that system, so it'll start doing good. Hello, Aiden.
Hello.
Welcome back to the party.
Yeah.
The reason I think it's just because there was a funny time in console history where they had gone on for so long that people said tablets and phones were going to take over gaming.
I remember that.
I thought that was so funny, and I thought that was so dumb.
That was absurd when I heard it. Like, I never took that seriously as any sort of idea or theory that would happen in the near future.
Here we are about 4 years later.
Yeah.
Tablets control the world.
Yeah, I don't think I have a single game on my phone.
The fact is that they don't have to make their own hardware and worry about it, and that phones can now run these games. Granted, it'd probably be better to have like a button or an analog stick, but it's like this is a very, very weak handheld generation.
You're a very weak man.
Thank you.
See, the thing is,
I'm saying it's like the Wii U. If the next one isn't better, then I just don't think it'll have a foreseeable future after that.
Let's make a Wii U.
Yeah.
Yeah, because don't forget that not only is... I'm assuming what Nintendo probably is going to do going forward, this was probably an indication that their next console is going to be mobile, and it's going to be the Wii U, except the gamepad you take will now actually be able to play games on it when you take it.
Yeah, that's another thing where Nintendo decides to step on their own toes for no reason.
I think the tablet thing, they were trying to get ahead of the curve, and they just didn't.
Yeah.
It was like, man, this is a really cool thing. Let's try it. But like everyone else had moved on at that point.
Yeah, the console's gonna like work as a handheld by itself, but like they already have a handheld system. So like, what the hell are they doing to themselves?
That's why
It's the same thing when they released Super Smash Bros. On the 3DS and then released the better version on the Wii U. Like they keep stepping on their own toes for no reason. They're becoming their own competition. I guess because Nintendo's bored. They're like, no one else can compete with us, so let's just be our own competition.
I don't think anyone compete with them on a games level, but like on hardware, I
hardware definitely, but I hear the NX is gonna be up to par with everybody else.
Nintendo's hardware being dominant in hardware passed after the 64.
I think they're at least going to be on par with the NX.
Oh, easily.
Like
if
they're
they're not on par with the
at the
NX,
bar with everyone else because the Wii was weak as hell in terms of hardware.
Yes, it was.
But
everyone fucking bought one.
I still own like the original Wii U. They're durable as hell.
They are durable. They were built in a very old school fashion.
Yeah, they're built very, very well. But yeah, the NX they might be back on hardware par with everybody else. But they keep stepping on their own toes for no reason. But back to what you said about phones and games and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think because of that, and that Sony PS Vita didn't really do anything, and they're obviously not supporting that anymore, and have given no indication as to releasing a new one. I think that we're soon going to come across a time where we're not going to have dedicated handheld consoles anymore, and if they are, they're going to be a part of the main home console.
I'm thinking pretty much the only reason phones won't completely take over as handheld market is the thing you said about you'd probably want to have buttons.
Yeah.
Like, they're not
awkward as hell to control.
Yes, like there are certain games you just can't. You could probably get them on a phone, yeah, but like you're probably not going to want to play that game on a phone.
BioShock is on the App Store.
That is a mistake.
That happened years ago. That game looks like a butt.
That is a homework assignment on your phone for no reason.
That game looks like the worst kind of butt.
Also, phones aren't necessarily made for gaming, so that's an awful lot of memory space being taken up by games on your phone.
Yeah.
For, I don't know. I don't think, like, if it ever did, it's not going to be for a really long time, because phones just simply aren't made for it, and it would be a mistake to make a phone for gaming.
Maybe phones probably won't, but I just don't think a dedicated handheld future is going to be one that we're going to have.
I think maybe. I think it will, just because Nintendo has been a pretty dedicated handheld provider for most of my entire existence.
But like you keep saying, man, they do keep stepping
on their own toes, and they need to. Nintendo, if you're listening, anyone at Nintendo, please stop shooting yourself in the foot if you don't have to. Like, I don't understand why you're making the decisions that you're making to release a game on a handheld and then just make a better version and release it on your home console. Or, I don't understand, or make your game that's part handheld when you already have a handheld. You have the handheld market cornered. Like a stray animal,
pretty
and then
much.
you keep throwing meat and distracting everybody for no reason at all. I don't get it. I don't know it.
We're
not
Nintendo.
I'm not a businessman. Maybe it makes sense. I don't know.
Oh, have you seen Iwata's replacement? What he looks like? The first photo they released of him, he looks like a Japanese man who did nothing but like whaling and oil rig fishing. Like, he looked like he was so business and no play at all.
I am very excited. Maybe he'll stop shooting all of Nintendo in the foot. I think they'll just release games on handheld and then release console games on console and keep them completely separate.
Let's hope so.
Stop being so dumb about it. Because you're killing your own market for no reason. Also, I wanted to get on this with the handheld. They went, we're going to make the new 3DS. It's going to have 2 extra shoulder buttons and another analog stick, so you don't have to get the attachment and everything. And then we're going to start making games for it. For example, Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yes.
That was years ago. Like a year or two ago. That's all that they've made specifically for the new DS.
Really? I thought other games they were making.
They have other games work with it, like Revelations. Again, the aiming is so much easier with the C-stick.
But it's not
they make a game. Monster Hunter 4 is another one. They make games more playable when you actually need to move the camera and walk at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very well done. But other than Xenoblade, they haven't specifically made a game for the new handheld that takes advantage of the 2 extra shoulder buttons and the other analog stick yet.
Yeah,
that I'm aware of.
And I hope the NX is just their way of saying we're starting off clean and we're going to try to do this right.
I need them to make amends. I'm waiting for E3. So I'm anticipating it. I'm so excited.
I just hope that maybe the Final Fantasy event, Nintendo will come out and say, hey, this is coming out on the new NX, and then they'll have everyone's attention, and then it'll distract everybody.
Maybe.
It'll be beautiful.
And
maybe.
also on the handheld.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 600 of The Kitchen Table. Remember, every week we sit down and talk about video games and video game news. If you like that, head over to youtube.com/GroovyVowels. Like the video, share with your friends, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to Lush because they're really good.
My brother buys a lot of bath bombs from there. I don't personally take baths.
You don't have to. You can. You don't have to take baths.
I don't.
You should check out their shampoos and soaps though, because they're all natural and they make you feel so pretty.
Speaking of, Booth's Corner sells all natural soap.
They do.
But that's not what this podcast is about.
That's not. So that's a podcast for another time. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. A good evening to all, and to all, a good evening.